Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about Y2K. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. So, it's from A24. Let's talk about them. I've talked about them quite a bit this year. But A24, they're mainly known for releasing a lot of non-mainstream friendly some movies that aren't the most audience friendly in the world, and that's mainly their horror movies. But they've also released a lot of awards centric movies, a lot of prestige flicks, and prestige flicks like Lady Bird and Iron Claw and Moonlight, and then with their horror movies, Hereditary, Talk to Me, Midsommar, The Witch, recently Heretic. Comes at Night, the X trilogy, and The Lighthouse is another one. And they've had quite a bit of success in the last few years. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once is their biggest hit, and their second biggest hit came out earlier this year, and that was Civil War. And yeah, they've made a name for themselves. And usually when you see like the A24 like logo on a movie, you're thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be cool," you know. So yeah, A24, I would label their I guess their presence as a pro. Um, I think that's kind of it, really. Um, yeah, I think that's it with pros because I can't think of anything else. So let's go to the cons because things are not looking good for this movie. Not one bit. As soon as I can, my computer, my laptop starts working, stops cooperating with me. Gotta go. Okay. So reviews for this movie are not good. 44%. That's nothing really to be happy about. Audience score, no audience score is listed, so I'll just read ratings. Uh, let's see. It's very, it's like werewolves. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the negativity. Um, let's see. This is the top one. You got a half star. The acting from every single person, especially Rachel, is so bad, so cringe. There's nothing cinematic or masterful about this film. Oh, I forgot to mention. One of the people in this movie is Rachel Zelger. You probably know a lot about her, mainly because she's going to be in the Snow White movie next year, a movie that has garnered quite a bit of controversy. It's been a rather long road to the big screen with that movie. I'm not looking forward to talking about it because I know it's. Well, I'm not even going to see it because I don't care about it. But, that movie's looking like a disaster in the making, a real disaster. But we'll get to that bridge when we reach it, okay, in March. So yeah, that's the Rachel that this review is talking about. Uh, 2 stars. Waste of potential. With such a talented cast, Kyle Mooney proves why he shouldn't be allowed to make more movies. Although the movie was fun and lighthearted, it felt like a student film depending on its star power to be enough. Ugh. That's rough. Uh, it's just a limp movie. Never really heard anyone call a movie limp before, so that's a new insult. At least to me. Uh, Let's see. It's a half star. My daughter and I just walked out of this movie, even though we tried valiantly to finish it. We tapped out with probably only 5 or 10 minutes left. You might as well just stick around at that point. I would. I would just the moment the credits roll, I bolt out of there. That's what I would do. But anywho, what a stinker! Literally the worst movie I've ever seen. Really? Wow. The little bits of nostalgia here and there were not worth sitting through such bad dialogue and boring characters. Oof. And oof and oof. 2 stars. Y2K has some fun moments, and the effects on the robots made out of appliances are very impressive. Unfortunately, its darkly comedical premise or comical premise is wasted in favor of obnoxious characters and cringy humor. Another half star. The premise is so promising for those of us who lived through the Y2K chaos predictions. Great movie could have been made about some of the chaos coming true, but this movie sucked. um. So let's see. Oh, okay. This one's just personal, and a really stupid movie with extremely ugly people in it. Okay, it's kind of just straight up insulting right there. Don't need to go that far. Um, and then another one. You got a star and a half. This movie was bad. The characters were universally unlikable. The script was trying too hard to be smart, quotations, and dumb at the same time. It seems like all the actors were given the direction to act poorly. The secondhand cringe rolling off this movie is cloying. I gave it 1 star for the soundtrack because I'm Gen X, and half star for the cameo that just kept going and finally won me over. So, yeah, word of mouth for this movie is really bad, and its cinema score is a C minus, which for a comedy is terrible. Like, you never want to score that low. Like if this was like a horror movie, then that would just be like below average. For a comedy, that's dismal. So word of mouth across the board is very bad. So that's a con. um, Another con is that post Thanksgiving weekend, historically, no one cares about this weekend. Not moviegoers, not the studio, nobody. So yeah, things don't pick up until like the middle of the month historically, and that will definitely be the case this year. So yeah, it doesn't help that none of the movies come out this weekend are remotely that interesting. So that's a con right there. Um, and is that it? Well, yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I saw the trailer for this movie. I think it was in front of Heretic. I think, yeah, yeah. It was either in front of Heretic or Terrifier 3. One of the two. And the trailer just didn't really impress me. I was just kind of like underwhelmed by it because like this poster, I was thinking, oh, this could be kind of cool, but no, the trailer just didn't look all that good, and I guess that would be true for the actual movie itself. So yeah, but I guess a lackluster trailer too. Lackluster marketing really for every movie coming out this weekend. I forgot to mention how none of these movies have gotten like any real push advertising wise. So that's a con. And yeah, so opening weekend, this is projected to hit 2 million opening weekend. That is terrible. Really terrible actually. But I guess I'm gonna stick with it. Maybe 2 to 3. Probably, I'm just gonna go with 2 million. 2 million opening weekend, total of like probably less than 4 because I know this movie is gonna fall off a cliff, and once all those December movies start rolling in, this movie is gonna just vanish. Just it'll be like it never released at all. And yeah, that's it. So that was the weekend. A weekend to absolutely forget and never think about ever again. Next week will be more interesting. We got Craven the Hunter, which I'm excited to talk about. Granted, for all the wrong reasons. I think that movie's gonna be a flop. I'd be surprised if it actually succeeded. And then we got Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rohirrim. I don't know how to say that. That one is interesting because I don't know how that'll do. I feel like that might not do that great, even with the Lord of the Rings branding. Yeah, next week will be more interesting, but the weekend I really want to talk about the movie I would love to talk about is Sonic 3, but that's not till 2 weeks from now. So yeah, nothing I can do about that. But yeah, Craven and Lord of the Rings that'll be next week, so stay tuned for those. And yeah, so that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year, the past few years. Want to watch any of those videos? Go right ahead. There's also the canceled series, 250 episodes. Didn't talk about any of these movies in that series, but if you want to binge watch all the episodes of canceled, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. November recap will probably be next week, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.